Every morning in Hampi begins the same way it has for centuries, on the ground. Before voices rise up, before footsteps gather, faith is drawn by hand, not to impress the world, but to prepare it. These corridors were never empty. Once, merchants walked here at dawn, pilgrims followed by sunset. Today, the faces have changed, but the movement has not. Life still flows through the same stone veins. Children now walk where emperors once passed. They don't carry the weight of history, yet history carries them. In Hampi, the past does not disappear, it simply learns to walk quietly beside the present. This was once one of the greatest markets the world had seen. Diamonds from distant lands, spices worth kingdoms, wealth that fed an empire. But even then, trade did not stand alone. Every exchange here bowed first to belief. Noise lives here, color lives here. Bargains are made, livelihoods survive. Life insists on continuing even among ruins, because all of this was never the destination. It was the journey. Ahead awaits Virupaksha.
Virupaksha, before empires rose, before stones learned to stand tall, this place was already sacred. Long before this land was called Hampi, it was known as Virupaksha, a place of devotion, of waiting, of faith that did not demand answers. As you stand before this temple, you are not looking at a monument, you are looking at a promise, kept alive for more than 1,000 years. As you cross the entry gate, you leave the ordinary world behind. Here, time moves differently. Inside these halls, the pillars stand in silence. They have heard chants at dawn, and prayers at dusk. They have seen kings bow their heads, and common people fold their hands. Each pillar carries the weight of centuries, yet stands unbroken. Hands carved them, faith lifted them.
Stories of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, painted not for beauty, but for teaching. For those who could not read scriptures, stone and color became scripture. This is where the story of Virupaksha lives. Pampa, a devoted woman, chose a life of penance on this land. Her devotion was not loud, it was patient. Years passed, seasons changed, and Shiva appeared, not as destruction, but as Virupaksha, the witness to devotion. Their union made this land eternal. That is why this temple is not remembered as something that was built, but as something that was always meant to be here. Beyond the temple, the river waits, the Tungabhadra, still waters, soft reflections. Pilgrims once came here to cleanse the body before entering the sanctum. Water, stone, and prayer flow together here. the river does not rush. Neither does faith, and then you meet Nandi, not one, not two, but three guardians, each facing a different direction, as if watching every path that leads to Virupaksha. They stand in silence, protecting devotion itself, and then, the sound, the drum. Once, its rhythm ordered the day, morning prayers, evening lamps, closing rituals. Time here was not counted in hours, but in devotion. The bell, it is not rung to make noise, it is rung to announce arrival, to say, I have come, leaving the world behind. Step back now, and see the temple as a whole. This was never just a temple inside a city. The city grew, because of the temple, markets formed, streets aligned, life organized itself. Around faith, Virupaksha was the center, everything else followed. From here, the land finally exhales, Hemakuta Hill, a place where stone meets sky, and time learns to slow down. This is not where the city speaks, this is where it listens. Among these ancient rocks, stands Hanuman, the eternal witness, born of the wind. He chose the hills, not power, but perspective. From here, he watched kingdoms rise and disappear, yet his gaze never wavered. Nearby rests the linga, simple, unadorned. A reminder that Shiva does not demand form only presence. Here, devotion does not echo, it settles. Below, water gathers quietly, the temple appears again, not in stone, but in reflection, a second Virupaksha, floating between sky and earth, as if reminding us, what we see is temporary, what we believe endures. And then, the sun begins to leave, gold turns to amber, amber to shadow. The sky does not rush, neither does faith. As daylight fades, the temple below awakens again. Not with noise, but with light. The Gopuram stands calm, carrying the last glow of the day. Night falls gently over Hampi, and Virupaksha remains, watching, waiting, unmoved by time.